I have a really big problem. I am playing and buying games and I only play through a small fraction of it. So today I'm gonna use the Wheel of Fortune to start clearing my backlog. And also, I will tell you guys my opinion on it and say if I think you should still buy it or not. Welcome to the Did I Waste My Time series, the backlog. As I said, I'm gonna ask for help from the Wheel of Fortune. I wrote here a couple of games that I want to play and we're gonna gamble which one I will start with and start to clear my backlog. So yeah, let's just spin the wheel. Oh wow. Yeah, so as you saw, I got Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. But before we start, I have some rules for the series. First, I have to play at least 2 hours of the game to decide if I send it to the pits of hell and never touch it, or I will play it through and then have fun with it. Second, if I beat the game in less than 10 hours, then I gotta do another game in the same video. 3, you have to subscribe and drop a... What? Who the fuck wrote that shit? Before starting, Metal Gear Solid is a pretty long franchise with a really spiraling story that if you play through or watch videos about for hours, you still won't understand the full picture. Kojima's game is kind of funny and complicated in its own way. So basically it is a single and multiplayer stealth game that is also an action-adventure open world, with a lot of dark and funny gameplay elements. That's all what you need to know for now. I got into the game, started the story, and I'm already in the hospital.
9 years.
Wow. Apparently we got attacked 9 years ago where I lost my arm and then small shrapnels got into my body and my head. But if that's not enough, we would also been in a 9-year-old coma and the doctor wants to change our appearance because the whole world wants to see us dead. I gotta say, a really good start for a game, ain't it? Then I see a girl, remember her because she's gonna be important later, who looks extremely demonic and her appearance just screams she wants to do some real bad things to us. She kills my doctor, but I got saved by my sick colleague Ishmael, who had been looking out for me all these times, and I finally get to control my character, Venom Snake. We try to sneak out the hospital, but meet with a bunch of soldiers, a kid that can fly, and why is there a heat blast in the game? What? I thought this is a stealth game. Why do we have a fucking heat blast here? We somehow reached the exit door where I can finally kill some enemies. Oh my god, I haven't played a shooter game in so long. Then I need to run away from heat blast. Oh. Yeah, sure. Later we got seen by a random guy who is really important in the later games apparently. And on horseback I have to slow down Heatblast, who is chasing us. After a successful escape, some time passes and I get my first proper mission where I have to save my right hand man, Miller, from the Soviets. But first I needed to gather some information. Good news is I'm in the building. Bad news is I don't have supersonic, I killed one. Wait, I didn't see that. I infiltrate the place where they are holding my guy, then save him and we get interrupted by some entities called skulls. What's that? What the who have these superhuman abilities. They can run really fast and they are really tanky. What the Oops. but I reach the helicopter and my friend, Miller, tells me that he wants revenge for everything that have happened 9 years ago. I do a couple of missions and the next important one is a mission where I need to steal a rocket launcher called the Honeybee. I had to find my way through a lot of enemies to reach it cause my stealth abilities were terrible. I don't think so.
The map has been updated.
I don't need the box. I get it, I try to go away and then I meet with our big bad villain.
Well, I'm sure you'll see the bigger picture eventually.
Skullface. He let us know that there is some more Skulls who I have to fight with, but since I don't have the proper weapons for it, I just run away and escape the place. I got a couple easy missions, like destroying some tanks, and Miller got a mission from someone who was also a reason for our coma 9 years ago. But on the way I get interrupted by a sniper that I have to fight. It should be that I hit him. Well, if it's that, then this wasn't too hard. Well, he's not hard. Her name is Quiet, and she was the girl who tried to eliminate us in the hospital. We save her, of course, because she's gonna be really important later. And on the way back, I see that girl gonna make editing extremely hard because she is the biggest fan service character and she almost doesn't have any clothes on. I go back to get the guy Miller talked about earlier, but I see something that I never ever again want to see. A Metal Gear that they transport with my guy Emmerich. I infiltrate the place, see some D-Walkers, that makes me stop for a moment. These are some type of small Metal Gears, I think, that defends the user in the front and has some interesting weapons and a robot arm. Oh wait, this is already the place, yeah, okay. Well, I think that's the only route where I don't insta-die.
Are you?
Dr. Emmerich.
Snake? Hey, what gives?
I meet with Emmerich, he says I should use his D-Walker, and I didn't really use it other than to get out with him, and then boom. What the f***? The earlier machine appears in front of me, and all I can do is to run. I get away, hide behind a rock, somehow lose the Silanthropus. Run to my chopper and somehow get out of there. I went from Afghanistan to South Africa, where I have to blow an oil tank, and on my way I see that people train kids to become soldiers. I don't want to and I can't kill them, so I just put them to sleep and sleep by to the next objective. What I can say is that so far so on, this game is really incredible, not gonna lie, like, this is one of my first stealth games, proper stealth games, and I actually have a lot of fun in it, even though I don't use a couple of stealth elements, but still I like it and love it. With one RPG shot I destroyed the oil tank. Yep, that was easy. And infiltrate the place to turn off the oil pump, and ugly looking bodies comes to the surface. Oh, please don't say it's what I think it is. I get some information about Quiet. The reason why she can't wear clothes is because she breathes through her skin. and can't talk, that's why her name is Quiet. I meet some more schools while I fulton a truck. I just slip by them and escape. My next and probably the most heartbreaking mission for me, where I have to kill 6 prisoners. I kill the first one pretty fast, then next again have to infiltrate a place where I kill a couple of guys. And then I get to the prisoners and... wow. Yes, I apparently needed to kill kids. We don't do that, and instead save them and go back to our chopper with them on a different route, where I need to kill some enemies, then I put them on the chopper and fly away. That's bad. I'm tested. I got some guilt. Seeing such a thing in game was getting on my nerves. This game's narrative with the kids is really pressuring. First they are trained to become a soldier, then they're in a prison, and our next mission where I have to save the kid's leader is even worse. Skullface experimented on people that makes them look like what we saw in the oil mission. And I see the kid's leader the same way. And he's dead. We meet again with Skullface, who got some personal beef with me now, but our meeting gets interrupted because he calls the fireman, or how I call him, Heat Blast, to help him. Wait. We get some type of boss fight, but it's really mostly just me running around shooting him, realizing that I have to blow up water tanks near him. And after one death, I escape with a chopper. I have to capture the White Mamba, and to get him I have to fight through kid soldiers who gave me a hell of a lot of problems. I fight with them, put them to sleep, and then get to the White Mamba, who is also a kid, and he's our boss in this mission. But to be honest, it wasn't hard. We make him our bitch and extract him. Why did we put down the kid? Oh. A disease hits our mother base, which is similar to the experiment Skullface did. I quarantine the people who speak Kikongo and go to my next mission, where I save my intel guy who says we have to meet someone who's called Code Talker, because he knows how to cure the disease. So that's what I do. Talk with Code Talker, who explains that the disease is a language type bacteria that attacks different type of languages. For us it's Kikongo. And we go to get him to mother base, and our homecoming gets interrupted by red mist. We crash down. I meet with armored schools now, since it wasn't easy to fight school members so far, I guess. And at this point the game became harder and harder and harder. I died a couple of times in this mission. I had to change gear and I died again. Then somehow with Quiet we managed to kill all of them. These schools got new abilities, they have an armor, and some of them are able to create stone pillar type shit that they can throw to us. Like, what the fuck is that? So after saving our Code Talker and mother base, we start the last 2 missions of the story. After gaining the information that we needed from Emmerich, we try to find both the Sahelanthropus and Skullface, whose evil plan is to have nukes that he can control to detonate or not. And we also need to stop him from destroying languages with the disease that he used so far and what crippled mother base. Our meet with Skullface was hella bad. He ranted about a whole lot of nothing. Not gonna lie, I don't give a crap about him. I just want to kill him, but he bring me to the Metal Gear Sahelanthropus. And his... I don't really know how to call them, mutated humans I think, betray him. I'm burning up! We have a big fight with the machine. I would lie if I would say that this fight was easy. I never spent so much miserable brain power on something like this. Genuinely, this fight was insanely frustrating. And the worst part of that is that for some reason, I don't even have my voice recorded until I beat him on the next day. I spent about 2 hours trying to kill him, which doesn't sound that much, and that's not the frustrating part. The frustrating part was the fact that I always died after I took the boss's HP down to about 30 to 40%. And it pulled out from its iron ass to get out of jail card. The ray gun attack that one-shotted me. Nice. Yes, yes, yes! Fucking let's go. Fuck this shit. you. I had to watch a video how it's easy to kill it and it feels wrong, but I don't give a fuck, because I had enough both this game and this fight. The last cutscene came, the credits rolled, and chapter 2 trailer appeared. That was long. I didn't do chapter 2, because at that point I spent 33 hours of only playing Metal Gear Solid, but I plan on beating that too, and if I feel like it deserves a pass I will make one on YouTube. So again, the question is, does this game still worth the 30 euros? In short, yes, easily. You are getting at least 30 hours of content just from the story, and there is a lot more depth left to talk about. If you are curious what I mean, I will get into it, but if you are enjoying the video so far, drop a like and a subscribe. Since you saw me play through the story, we're gonna get that off at the start. I rarely play a game where I feel completely clueless about the story. I had to watch a chronological order video about this game to understand what's going on, and I still don't understand it. But the game story is probably the worst I can call for the whole game. It's not bad, it's just mediocre. Other than Miller, I don't feel like any of the sidecast is important, maybe quiet, but that depends if you save her or not. The combat is surprisingly fun. I was ready to feel completely behind because I thought the game completely focuses on the stealth compared to the combat. But no, I had a lot of fun with the combat. The sound effects, the weapon accuracy, I feel no problem with it. It's like the perfect state of being an OP main figure. And also, you aren't immortal, you can die by 10 to 15 shots in a row, which is, well, not realistic, but which game is realistic? And also, that's why this game is so fun. It mixes realistic features with unrealistic things. Basically what I'm saying is that the game is being realistic and unrealistic in the whole time you spend in it. Apart from the weapons, we can use a rocket arm, which is just insane and extremely fun. The bodies we can use to fight, like D-Walkers, is a bit hard to use, but the other attacking vehicles like tanks or artillery machines, which are less regular, still fun to use. The stealth in this game is disgustingly fun. I always thought that playing stealth games is only for individuals who actually like stealth, but Metal Gear Solid 5 have found the perfect midway in it. As I already said it, the combat is both realistic and unrealistic, but somehow it still works. And it's the same thing for the stealth. It's just surprising that Kojima found this awesome middle way. The sounds are extremely accurate and detailed to the level where it changes from every type of stance you use and every type of floor. The cardboard box is just a really funny gimmick since the first game, as I am informed, and it relieves that stress from constantly staying stealthy, because looking at Snake in a cardboard is just straight up fun. The decoy that makes the enemies completely deaf is both useful and funny, seeing the AI doing absolutely nothing, giving Snake time to jerk off. We have a night vision. I found it really useful, especially with the day-night cycle that is perfectly implemented with the stealth, because you actually feel the importance of it, since both you and your enemies are blind at those times. Of course, if you use the night vision, then you are not blind. Altogether, the stealth is really fun, and you can be kind of not serious about it, because even if you fuck it up, there is always an option B for a short time. The world building is trash. I really hated how the world is made with the mountains everywhere and unreachable parts where I could cut some distance from my next mission place, or it would make infiltrating the camp easier, but I can't because they made it purposely unachievable. But that is also the game's beauty. Forcing your hand to think a different approach and constantly using the resources you have with the binoculars, the phantom cigars to swap the day cycle. The world is pretty beautiful, especially South Africa and the forests there. The map is large, you definitely need your horse body or daywalker or a car to traverse, or else it's gonna take a lot of time to get from point A to point B. And the animals in the game is the cherry on top. The fact that you can sell them is just kind of funny. I can definitely see it used like it is in Far Cry Primal, so it just gives me Far Cry Primal vibes. I gotta mention that even our mother base is properly built, but that deserves its own part. Mother base is a really good addition to the game, for the vibes especially. We can upgrade it through our tablet, build new platforms that increases the amount of stuff people we can use up. It's really big. When I first saw it, I didn't give it too much attention, but as I played through the game, it became clear that it is important. Here you can raise the staff morale by beating up your guys, giving them a good stretch, throw them to the floor, shot them with sleeping weapons. The different staff members that you need to upgrade and research for different weapons, pills, consumables, grenades, clothes and a lot more makes it grindy but in a good way, since you need to extract people from your missions or just from playing the open world. I really like the RMD, Intel and different group collecting features because it gave more purpose to the extraction features and the reason to not kill all of your enemies. Let's talk about the difficulty for a moment. The game is not hard, but it's really inconsistent. There are some missions where you just go in, do your thing, come out without getting any damage or having any problems with the stealth. and it's not just at the start in the early missions. I had a bunch of missions that was like really easy, but then the game randomly raises the difficulty a lot that might hit you suddenly. For me, the first one was the honeybee mission. I didn't know if I can just run away or have to fight all of the school members, and I initially chose to fight them. Well, that didn't happen, and I had to flee the base instead because it was too hard. This goes on the full game, and the difficulty only stabilizes for the last 3-4 missions in chapter 1, the others being obviously the Sahelanthropus fight. The difficulty usually isn't a problem for me. Of course, it can take me a lot of time to do it depending on how hard it is. For example, I did the White Mamba fight in 7 minutes. On the other hand, the final boss gave me a bunch of problems, making me play that single mission for 2 or more hours. And both these missions are in the second half of chapter 1. It's a little bit of a complaint for me, but at least the difficulty change didn't stop from making this video. So if you want to play this game, expect the unexpected here. As my last note about the game, it is a 2015 masterpiece again. I don't know what happened in 2015, but each day I make a video, I play a gem from that year. And as I said, I will give this game also a rating, and I will rate it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, if you like a funny stealth game that gives you challenge too, I think you should definitely play Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. Buy it fully or wait for a discount, trust me, it's a really good game. Thanks for watching, leave a comment on how did you felt when you played the game. Bye!